This log raft was finished 4 days ago. We raftsmen float the rafts up and down this river. We scarcely enjoy our lives.
First, we make a frame using tanks and poles obtained from a small straight mangrove trees. We need 18 poles for a tank frame. 16 of them are 240 feet long and the rest are 375 feet long.
When we set up the rough construction yard, we need to consider the area of the land and the wind direction, in addition to the condition of the river. We especially choose the place where we can make rafts and store the raft safely all year round.
After the frame is made, tanks are tied to the frame in a knee, which is called a section. We build 10 sections and join them together. Next, the next frame we build is with the boat. 8 poles are laid horizontally on the boat so that logs can be tied to it and carried. Then, logs are rolled down into the river. The rough man dived down and tied the logs with the rope. Pull them to the surface, bind the rope, and bind them to the frame tightly and securely. A couple of boats pull 2 sections of logs. We do the same for another 4 boats. Now we had 6 boat frames in total. After that, they are attached to the 10 sections of logs bound to the tank frames. Now all the logs can be placed in a tour. While building a log raft, our primary concern is not to lose that log. Since the beginning, we make sure the frame poles are strong enough and logs are firmly tied to the frame. Such a log raft chain can hold 250 or 300 tons of logs.
When I have permission to tow the raft chain, the first thing I do is to check all the sections. I roughly know the conditions of water course, the locking route. When we approach the problem spots, I set our motorboat ahead to wait upstream from the spot in the manner of precaution.
We have a crew of 10 on this raft, and our raft chain contains 415 T-logs.
I have been working as a cook for 14 years.
I'm 19 years old. I study at school until grade 7. This is my first trip since I became one of the raft crew.
I got promoted to an in-charge 3 years ago.
Throughout my job as an in-charge, I had encountered a bit natural hazards along the Aori River. When we reached Tichai, there was a rainstorm for 3 hours.
We raftsmen float the rafts up and down this river. We scarcely enjoy our lives because we mostly face the hazards associated with the log raft. The only time we rest is when we sleep. We are always occupied with rafts.
Timber rafting can see time and transportation charges. Moreover, the equipment used to build rafts is reusable. So, we can reserve the rattan and other plants, which are used for poles and ropes. Tons of logs are driven along the river in a short period of time.
We have floated down this raft from Jan Temple for 25 days. Our destination is Lower Bakoku Township. Along the way, our raft struck on sandbanks for several times.
Sandbags and storms on the water are our major hazards. We are more afraid of storms because they can be seen. There are any wrecks which are standard on sandbags. When it happens, we have to pull them down into the water with great care. If necessary, we break off the sections and join them again when they are clearly off the sandbags.
We have to draw the water, if it comes in, through the holes of the boat and repair the damaged parts of the raft. If a log gets disconnected and falls into the water, the whole team has to struggle to save it. We must always keep an eye on the logs, not to lose them into the water. We raftsmen live a poor life. We can't think of changing our job because we are so used to it. And it promises us to get paid all our wages all together at the end of the voyage. But our wages doesn't stay with us for long, because we have to pay off the debts our family owe while we are away.
Oh, listen, I've got to go and assist other crew to steer the rafts from the rear part.
Lock rafting and floating requires careful preparations and attention to the weather and natural disasters. If something bad happens, it will lead to the loss of logs and injuries to the raft crew. So, we make well preparations from the beginning to prevent damage to the rafts and casualties to the raftmen.
We start floating at 7 a.m. If there isn't dense fog. If there is, we wait until the fog leaves. We make landing at around 6 or 7 p.m. in summer, but at 3 p.m. in the Myanmar months of Dabang and Tagu, in case there is rain and strong wind in the evening.
I go for the assisting raft crew now. We are not allowed to eat pork curry on the raft chain while drifting along the river, but we can on the river bank when we make a stop. It's our traditional rule. Mostly, I cook spicy tomato curry and multi-vegetables also.
We scarcely enjoy our lives because we mostly face the hazards associated with the log raft. The only time we rest is when we sleep.
We divide the night duty into 3 shifts and check the chain rafts. In daytime, while drifting downstream, we check its sections of the raft chain.
Before we set off in the morning, we check the logs and make sure there is no missing. At the place where we can tow the whole session, I discuss with the in-charge, break up the sessions and pull the raft separately.
Currently, I am serving as a member of a boat which closely supervises the navigation of the log rafts and wood barges so that they pass between the pilings of the Chinrin Moya bridge safely without any damage.
We have to inform the departmental head for permissions to pass under the bridge. Thus, we tow the log rafts toward the final destination, where logs are dismantled. If the passage is smooth, we can reach our destination in 10 days.
We check if the boats are fit enough, the pilot and boatmen bear their license, the sections or log rafts are firmly secured and the tanks, poles and ropes used to tow the logs are strong enough. We also inspect the illegal trafficking of logs. Only after all the inspections are done, they are permitted to pass under the bridge. The raft chain is separated into two sections before passing under the bridge. We let each section pass separately. Meanwhile, one of our boats steers the raft from the rear so that it can pass between the pilings smoothly and safely. The logs floated down the upper reach of Chinrin River are from the domestic supply. They are dismantled and at Mindao Timber Port of Moya. Then they are transported again to the 4 state-owned sawmills and 2 timber-based factories. And our department also has to make the necessary arrangements to auction the logs off to the private sawmills. The export quality logs are also transported to Yangon through the course of Chinrin River. In the well-navigable period of the rainy season, the logs are carried on the towing boats and barges. But at the time when Chinrin River becomes shallow, logs are drifted using the boat frame. So, transporting teak and hardwood logs harvested in the upstream areas of Chinrin River by means of rafting will remain essential for timber industry.